So we're pulling out of Colby, Kansas this morning. How do you think about Colby, Kansas, Tony Tal? What's your favorite stop so far?
Not at all.
So Colby has now taken the lead, and I hope to God it keeps the lead as the worst damn hotel we've stayed in. We know it's pet friendly.
It smells pet friendly.
We're hoping we go nose blind to the dog urine smell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and hold on. This is the second hotel in Colby, Kansas.
This was the nicer one.
Because the one that we booked, we didn't even get out of the car before we noped out of it. We drove through the parking lot and went, nope, ain't staying here.
And the weird part about that was I canceled it. I canceled the reservation instantly. But then like 2 hours later, I got a call from that same hotel saying, we can't accommodate you tonight because there's a huge maintenance problem. I was like, well, no shit. The whole building's a maintenance fucking problem.
The whole maintenance problem is the building itself.
Oh my God.
Okay, and then when you went to take Gracie out this morning to go potty, your comment to me was...
This is the rapiest damn hotel I've ever been. The security door doesn't work. I get out here, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it just felt like, oh, this is where I end up getting, murdered and raped in Colby, Kansas.
This is where my episode of the first 48 starts.
Right?
All right, so we lived through Colby, Kansas, and now we're getting...
free breakfast. A hotel offers free breakfast. I just walked into the lobby to check out, and the smell in there says botulism.
Welcome to the Comfort Hotel, where you get a rapey parking lot, a dog pee smelling room, and botulism breakfast. At least we can laugh at this shit.
Oh my God.
All right, let's go to Starbucks and get an actual cup of coffee and then get the hell out of Colby, Kansas.
Yes, please.
We'll see you in Colorado. Hey cows! Hey cows! Hey cows! For those of you that don't know, Tony Tal likes to multitask. What are you doing, Tony Tal?
I'm folding laundry.
While we're driving down the road.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
See, everything's right there. You don't need to see that.
Denver, Colorado was, in my opinion, an amazing stay. It was the best hotel we had, which is in complete contrast to the last hotel we had, which was the one in Colby. What about the beer scene in Colorado?
Great beers.
Yeah, very much reminiscent of the San Diego beer scene. There's tons and tons and tons of breweries, and we did not find one bad beer. First brewery we went to was a place called Lone Tree, and it was bloody amazing. The beers were really good. We both got a flight. You had a blue beer.
Marshmallow flavored.
Toasted marshmallow flavored.
Yummy.
We also met Jess, who was the bartender while we were there, and Jess was an absolute doll. I love Jess.
Yes, Jess is awesome. Did beer shots with us.
She did what she called beer shots with us, which were just like a little 4 ounce. Not even a 4 ounce, it was like a little 2 ounce. Beer shots with our new friend, Jess.
Yes, I love it. Yes.
And they also had a really, really good food truck.
H3sh3r BBQ.
H3sh3r BBQ.
Jeff.
The dry rub on Jeff's wings was absolutely phenomenal.
Finger licking. Good.
And because, we're the type that make friends.
Well, and we went to tell him.
I
wanted to tell him. I said, that was probably the best dry rub I've ever had. So thank you.
And we got dry rub.
And he gave us dry rub.
So he just gave us a container.
I'll give you something to go home with. I was like, oh, I'm going to deconstruct this.
Yeah, we're going to reverse engineer it. We found this thing called the Mount Evans Byway. It's billed as the highest paved road in North America. It goes from 7,000 feet to a little over 14,000 feet. I'm actually curious to see how the Dodge Ram performs at 14,000 feet because there's not a lot of oxygen there.
See how the towels are going to perform at 14,000 feet.
I know how we're going to perform at 14,000 feet, and it's not, it's not going to be good. We can't get into the byway until 2. We have an entry time of 2 to 4. So we may go by the Capitol first and see that. We don't know. We'll figure something out to do before that. So away we go. Of all the state capitals we saw, Colorado's was by far the most beautiful. The building was designed by Elijah E. Myers and was constructed with Colorado white granite. It opened in November of 1894 and was made even more beautiful in 1908 when gold leaf was added to the dome to commemorate the Colorado Gold Rush. After the Capitol, we headed west on I-70 towards Idaho Springs and the Mount Evans Byway. The drive was gorgeous and we found a lovely secluded spot for lunch. So we found this absolutely beautiful picnic area on the way up to Mount Evans. There's like this gorgeous creek that runs through it. This is what I was hoping the Rocky Mountains was going to look like, and this is just unbelievable. After lunch, we started up the Mount Evans Scenic Byway, and it didn't take long to get above the tree line. The road got steeper, narrower, and a lot wetter as we got towards the top. There's also no guardrails and large drop-offs on either side of the road, so if you're not a fan of heights, this might not be the trip for you. Sunita, you made it to the top. You okay?
No.
Why not?
I think I got a little bit of vertigo going on because I'm a little dizzy. And this road was something I've never experienced before.
Yeah, it's a pretty steep, windy, narrow, no guardrails drive. All right, well, we're going to put a sweater on Gracie.
It's 50 degrees.
And we're going to get out, and it's starting to rain a little bit, but we're going to get out, walk around, take a couple pictures.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to put those jeans on?
I might do that too.
At the summit, the views were amazing. You could see Denver off to the east and Pikes Peak to the west. It used to be the home of the Crest House restaurant and gift shop built in 1941. The structure was unfortunately destroyed in a fire in 1975, and this is all that remains. Then, after a couple of tourists got to meet our wildlife, we made our way down to Summit Lake, where we got to see some of the animals that call Mount Evans home. There was a field that was full of, well, not full, but there was a herd of white mountain goats in it. So we shot some of that. They were a little ways off, and I'm shooting with an iPhone, not something with a big lens, but we got a little bit of it. And then there was, what were we calling the other goats?
Trash goats.
Trash goats, raggedy ass goats. There were some raggedy ass goats down by Summit Lake. What is it, Gracie? What is it?
What's the problem?
And these things were like trying to eat the bumpers off of cars, man.
License plates.
We also, there was like these little, like not little, they were pretty good size, rodent kind of things.
The size of Gracie.
Yeah, they were the size of Gracie, if not a little bit bigger. And we thought they were like, they looked like a groundhog. And so since we didn't know what they were, I just make up names for stuff that I don't know what they are. So I was referring to them as a Rocky Mountain Marmoset. Right there, sitting on top of the rock. The Rocky Mountain Marmoset, sunning himself. I was close. Because we looked it up, and it was a yellow-bellied marmot.
Oh, nice marmot.
There's another thing that I need for you to do for me this morning. Because not only was Colby, Kansas bad, but when I went to go get us dinner that one night, I turned the radio on, and I heard part of a song. And I cannot get this song out of my head, so it needs to play all the way through. So I need you to find it somewhere on your phone and play it. It's a Jerry Reed song. No, it's about a place and a man.
Oh, great.
The place is about 45 miles southeast of Thibodaux, Louisiana. The man was a cat named Doc Millsap, had a pretty wife named Hannah. Still not with me? Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his weight in groceries.
I'm not.
Well, they named him after a man of the cloth. Called him Amos Moses. Because Amos Moses was a Cajun, lived by himself in the swamp. The hunted alligator for a living. He just knock him in the head with a
We
stone.
gotta go.
All right, we're out of here.